Okay, let's clarify the situation. From day one, there's been this buzzing anticipation that XRP hitting a monumental $10,000 was not only a possibility but a certainty. And you know what? That forecast just received a turbo boost. We're referring to none other than Larry Fink from BlackRock supporting this. Imagine this. He's not just referring to a paltry $10,000 per XRP. Oh dear. He's highlighting it as a basic need. Greetings, family. Welcome back to your preferred center for everything XRP. Let's fast touch base first. I want a little favor from you. Join our fantastic community by smashing that like button, hitting subscribe and ringing that notification bell. And here's a tiny heads up. Approaching 60,000 subscribers, we are gearing up for an amazing XRP giveaway. Participating in the giveaway is simple. Simply follow 3 easy guidelines. Therefore, be sure you are tuned in and prepared. Remember to also include a hashtag in the comments to guarantee your place in the giveaway. This is where it gets interesting. Imagine these financial giants, BlackRock and Vanguard, now giving XRP serious thought for their worldwide transactions. And wait, it improves. Rumors are circulating about BlackRock starting an XRP-focused ETF. Indeed, you read that correctly. But hold on, there's more. Larry Fink kept going. He's considering the enormous $30 trillion real estate market and predicting what's at the core of its future. You nailed it. The XRP ledger set to tokenize the whole shebang. With an astounding $1.2 quadrillion from the ISDA, the International Swaps and Traders Association will run through the XRP ledger in RippleNet. We're not only discussing $10,000 per XRP, that's child play. We might be looking at a rising worth of up to $60,000 per XRP. Amazing, correct? Let's now plunge into the following part. Larry Fink of BlackRock let out another bombshell. He's doing not just speaking. Tokenizing everything. Ripple and its digital asset XRP are on the verge of something enormous. And in the following section of our video, we have a clip certain to turn heads. Larry Fink himself verifying BlackRock's shift toward an XRP ETF. Let's not wait anymore. At last, the clip you have been waiting for. Included a Bitcoin ETF, is a case we are validating. Increasing more safety. Are you doing another ETF? What about an XRP ETF? I know you have Ether floating around. What about XRP? Could you respond to that? I am unable to. And you would rather I not respond to that? I certainly do. Well, I am unable to. Okay, they're telling me the wrap. Recent days have seen a flurry of crypto world anomalies, especially with XRP. Imagine this. On the world-famous exchange Crypto.com, XRP's value skyrocketed to an incredible $43,000. This is not only a one-off occurrence, it's part of a developing trend of XRP's value rising unexpectedly. Recall our conversation last week about a $7,000 XRP error at a major exchange. Now it's Crypto.com turn, and it looks like these unexpected increases in XRP's value are starting to happen often on different exchanges. But let's turn to something else. From thorough study, I discovered something unrelated to BlackRock or the general XRP market rise that is equally intriguing. We're exploring a subject including Gary Gensler, the well-known SEC chairman who took over from Jake Clinton. Most of you probably know Gensler always classifies XRP as a security. This is where it gets interesting. Gary Gensler has a twin brother, Robert M. Gensler, who is the same age and shares a striking similarity. Robert is a major player at T. Rowe Price, acting as its vice president. T. Rowe Price is not just any investment company. When you look closer, you'll see it's one of the key players actively investing in Bitcoin, Ethereum, and indeed XRP. This creates an interesting link. Though Gary Gensler at the head of the SEC keeps calling XRP a security, his twin brother is quite active in an investment company that notably invests in XRP among other cryptocurrencies. It's an interesting contrast that begs many more questions regarding the complex dynamics at work in the realm of cryptocurrency rules and investments. This leads us to an exciting prospect. Could Robert Gensler, T. Rowe Vice President, have unique knowledge on XRP's potential, similar to that of Bitcoin and Ethereum? When you take into account the company's large investments in these three cryptocurrencies, this theory starts to gain traction. Although the SEC officially rejects any idea of insider trading, many studies and reports have indicated differently. Focusing on market manipulation and insider trading, these studies have often highlighted dubious. A trend seems to be developing. SEC officials look to be alerting their families about which digital assets could soon be cleared of securities classification. These relatives then make early investments. When the asset is formally declared non-security, its value soars, therefore enabling these family members and friends to gain great profits from purchasing low and selling high. Given this background, let's think about the chance that Robert N. Gensler could have gotten insider information from his brother Gary Gensler about the SEC's possible loss in a case against XRP. Such data could suggest that Congress could urge a settlement between the SEC and Ripple Labs, making it a prime time for smart investors to enter on XRP. But seeing T. Rowe Price progressively channel money into Bitcoin, Ethereum, and especially XRP gives this story more depth. Though the crypto community buzzes about XRP possibly reaching incredible levels, $10,000, $20,000, or even $60,000, especially analysts who have been bullish on XRP, like Jack the Rippler, forecast a dramatic increase in its value, perhaps exceeding $589. Although audacious, this forecast emphasizes the increasing enthusiasm and speculation surrounding XRP and its possible role in the Bitcoin sector. Wall Street is looking for a slice of the profitable XRP pie, and my gut feeling, an XRP ETF will be the first major play. But let us investigate more, beyond only the surface of this growth. Crypto Basic has some interesting updates. A former Ripple director has taken note of an analyst's claim that JP Morgan has made a major jump into XRP. This news definitely surprised me and is something we have to analyze further. The tale unfolds as follows. Ben Armstrong, formerly connected to the BitBoy cryptocurrency brand, revived some contentious allegations regarding JP Morgan's purported XRP investment, prompting a response from a former Ripple director. Armstrong, a well-known person in the crypto world, Armstrong disclosed this in a series of tweets. He claims JP Morgan has obtained a large 7.5 million XRP tokens. Armstrong now asserts that this action is roughly 7.5% of JP Morgan's whole riches. But wait, the arithmetic here looks really wrong. To put it in context, at its present value of 4.46 million, 7.5 million XRP doesn't even approach 7.5% of JP Morgan's riches. Armstrong's math doesn't really add up, given JP Morgan's total assets are an astounding $3.89 trillion as of their 2023 valuation. Armstrong underlines JP Morgan's alleged plan's relevance in spite of this, saying they are secretly stockpiling XRP. He claims this puts JP Morgan as a rising force in the Bitcoin universe. Therefore, we have a story of Wall Street behemoths like JP Morgan possibly acting on the crypto scene, particularly with XRP. Though the numbers could be somewhat dubious, one should not ignore the concept of significant financial institutions investigating cryptocurrency. With XRP at the center of some interesting developments, it suggests a larger trend of conventional finance interacting with the digital currency space. Armstrong's audacious comments have also highlighted BlackRock, the asset management behemoth. With allegations that BlackRock, newly off the approval of its iShares Bitcoin ETF, is now looking at XRP for its investment portfolio, he is stirring the pot. Armstrong went on, he's also focusing on the continuing legal battle between Ripple and the US SEC. His opinion, these financial behemoths plunge into XRP in spite of the continuing legal drama, suggests a strong confidence in XRP's bright future. Imagine if this accumulation trend is genuine. It would imply major league financial players are wagering on XRP in the midst of its regulatory rollercoaster ride. That said, everyone, Wall Street's acceptance of cryptocurrency was always on the horizon. I've been discussing this for more than 5 years. Back then it seemed like a distant fantasy. But look at us now with Bitcoin leading the way, believing XRP won't follow suit. I would have to politely disagree. It's not a question of whether but rather when. Armstrong's painting, though, suggests a particular situation that might not be the whole picture. But believe it or not, the plot thickens. Matt Hamilton, ex-Ripple director, added a lot of doubt in reaction to Armstrong's bombastic allegations. Doubting the validity of such a buy, he also wondered what effect it would really have on XRP considering the token's great supply. Hamilton then produces the calculator, talking about 7.5 million XRP in front of 100 billion XRP in existence, puts us at a paltry 0.0075%. Hamilton even joked, "This seems to be a parody account